Cue flashback music. It is a long time ago, and we see a small woman, a Renfolk woman. She's thin, her clothes are threadbare and many, many times repaired. And she's hunched over a table, writing a letter, tears streaming down her face as she every so often takes a break to look at what seems to just be a small bundle of rags on the table beside her. This makes her cry more, but eventually she gathers herself, picks herself back up, and finishes writing. She gently cradles the bundle into her arms, and it begins to cry out as she tries to rock her child back to sleep and walks out the door. She has to turn back around for a second to pick up the letter from the table before exiting again, her entire world in a tizzy, and she leaves this small single room home behind her as she walks out the door. She walks through the streets of Daya, through the slums, past the old Temple of Eye that the Barrel Boys have yet to call their home, until she comes to a large park within the city. And there, a large crowd is gathered to watch a performance of the saga of Taideen Aurelian, which is being played out by a large travelling Uruk group. It's leaving a lot of people confused and like scratching their heads, because it's like seems to be being told completely out of order in an incredibly convoluted fashion, and there's a really large cast, but for some reason, even though the cast is so big, there's actors playing like 4 or 5 different roles still, and it's like jumping from subplot to subplot all over the place. People are moderately enjoying it anyway for some reason. And you see that this woman doesn't stop to take in the performance. Her gait now has become purposeful, and we see that if she'd stop moving forward, she'd break. And she walks around and she leaves her bundle, her child, along with this letter, nestled atop a small barrel, tucked away beside a caravan that is owned by an Uruk couple. And she takes one final look and then rushes away, leaving it behind, until finally the child's cries draw the attention of this couple. Hey, Salryn, what do your adoptive parents look like?
Big. There's kind of a really big guy, the male Uruk, and his wife is also fairly formidable, but they're happy people, they're happy Uruks. They're kind of, they're intimidating, but they're not actively trying to intimidate people.
You wouldn't tell them that their storytelling method doesn't make any sense and is maybe convoluted.
No, you would laugh and pay them an extra piece of silver.
We're a week into the siege at this point. While you guys have been kept very, very busy, there's still a lot of kind of nothing happening in the siege. It's kind of gotten it's getting a little bit boring sometimes. And Salryn, you find yourself thinking back on your life and kind of how you got to this point, and kind of like when you left your adoptive family behind. Is there any kind of core memory or fond memory that Salryn finds herself reflecting on or thinking back to as a child?
I think maybe a fond memory would be when her adopted father is kind of teaching this skinny little young half-nicks how to hold this sword that's obviously like far too big for her. She keeps like dropping it and like I don't know what to do with this. And her father just kind of lovingly keeps at it, keeps teaching her ways of defense as well as offense, teaching her how to escape from if a big man like him was to try and grab her, and then it kind of turns into a game, turns into a chase game. And yeah, she kind of remembering the fun times that she had with her Auric father.
As you kind of think back on that, you're kind of like brought to attention. The ringing in your ears has never gone away since a week ago. You have a permanent -2 on perception checks that involve hearing. And Salryn, you know that you have a meeting later on this morning. It's a council meeting, one that's been happening every day, kind of just constant check-ins on the state of the city. A lot of boring reports in terms of how training of the conscripts is going, how Sophia and her team has had to deal with people being unhappy with some of the decisions that have been made and the decrees that have been given. But before we get to that meeting, Swifty, your concussion was incredibly severe and was basically just the culmination of just a fucking shit ton of beating that you received over that like initial 24 hours. Given the circumstances, you've healed up pretty well, but like delicate hammers healing to you is probably what's kept you from fully just fucking dying from that, like, you know, but you still are getting like dizzy bouts and like bouts of vertigo, and you just have like a permanent headache. And because of these kind of like dizzy bouts, kind of like your senses being dulled and your reaction times being dulled more so than your senses, your dexterity is permanently reduced by 2.
Oh, my dexterity is bad. Oh, it was already pretty bad. Oh, no. Oh, -2 modifier. Let's go.
It's been a week of this, and you have been probably enlisted by the Sun Shields and Moon Shields to, you know, help keep the peace. But there's a lot of downtime as well. Are there any particular things that you're thinking back on from your life or your childhood, or where is Swifty at now?
So I don't think he's bothered replacing the helmet. Like, unless anyone's directly confronting him about it, he is acting like everything is normal. So yeah, I don't know. You know, he's a massive guy. He's still wearing his very strange kind of cobbled together armor with this strange magical hammer. If there's conversations going on, even within his earshot, where people are talking about it, he's ignoring that.
No one has had the backbone or the lack of wisdom to confront you. There's definitely been like hushed whispers and sidelong glances at you, but the vision of your form plus that nasty hammer that you have is keeping people away from directly.
I don't think he's been made any more good looking by the massive head injury as well. Just kind of slightly misshapen. Like, I'm imagining the magical healing basically stitched the bits of his skull back together that had broken, but maybe not in quite an actual skull shape. So there's just slight kind of like strange shape on the left side of his head now. Kind of bumps.
As Swifty like file down his horns again, or is
he's fully not acknowledging it? If you know, you were to see inside his mind, he is not sure if he's either gotten to a point of just like, well, everyone's seen it, to hell with it, we're just going, or he's so deep in denial he's forgotten about it. It's a combination of the two. We're not dealing with that. There's a siege to deal with, and also he needs to go bother some individuals in his neighborhood. That's a very important thing. To be honest, you asked if he's reflecting on his life. He's actively doing the opposite of that. He is making a very strong effort to exist presently right now, because to be honest, as far as he's concerned, the helmet coming off is the worst thing that could have happened, and it's happened. If I don't acknowledge it and pretend that nobody else is, as long as nobody directly confronts me, I'm just going to keep on going forward. One step at a time, it's fine. And the next step, he's going to knock on some doors in the slums because he has some people he needs to bother.
Is there anyone in particular you want to do that, or is that just kind of a general day in Swifty's life?
We've established he's been doing this for about a decade, right?
Yeah.
So, like, Hector and them, they're sort of like 12, 13. So,
yeah.
Rationally speaking, you know, reasonably speaking, there's probably some barrel men at this point.
One of them died at the Battle of Nur, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, some barrel men who are just sort of, like, around, you know. So, he's going to have little conversations with them, impressing them how important everything is, and hope none of them directly confront him about what's going on with his face.
I won't make Swifty do an insight check because I think Swifty, as you've established, as being...
Swifty would like to do an insight check to avoid doing an insight check, please.
Yeah. But for the audience's sake, I think if we were to supercut all of these interactions, the thing that will be very clear from them all is that a lot of these barrel men probably already knew something. You're getting a kind of a lot of like concerned but relieved expressions and things like that as you're...
The reaction a little bit of like, oh, like, that's what it was, right?
Like, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You see, there's another shot of like someone going and paying a long-standing bet off to someone else of what it was, you know.
Yeah. And Hector's been not reacted, but badly.
No, yeah, Hector fully knows and has known for like, you know...
That would have required a scene if Hector had reacted badly.
No. Hector has realized that you can see incredibly well in the dark and stuff like that before. He's known. And yeah, he's doing his absolute best to... Actually, not even doing his best. He's just treating you the same way he's always treated you. You know?
And that's enough.
So after you've done your rounds visiting the once barrel boys, now barrel men, and all continue in your don't ask, don't tell, but everybody knows the truth sort of situation, I suspect you've encountered over the last week Delicate Hammer sort of coming and going. He seemed a tad distracted, his usual sort of volatile and mercurial self, but there's a lot of people on edge in the city at the moment, and so his behaviour is not necessarily out of character for those who are in a stressful situation. One moment he is sort of childlike and joyous self, the next he's dark, frustrated, loud. He hasn't done anything particularly demonstrative in this week, but you've definitely noticed a sort of trajectory of his mood. You get the sense that it was building to something. And so when he comes and finds his way into your room behind the hovel where the barrels are kept, after you have undoubtedly either released or put children in barrels for an extended period of time, he comes and he stands in the doorway and addresses you. Swift Justice.
Delicate Hammer. How are you doing?
I am... good.
Good.
I have clarity.
Well, that's good to have.
Indeed it is. I don't have all the pieces yet. I don't fully understand everything, but things are clearer by the day.
All right. And anything big? You remembered any more about, you know, where you're from, all that stuff? You know, if there wasn't a siege on, I'd offer to help you get back there, but if you're not from Daya, you're kind of going to be out of luck there, you know?
Flashes of memory. Certain things are mist, others are water. One or two things are stone. But I don't think I can... I don't think I can find what I'm looking for within the confines of this city.
Right.
And so I'm here to say... goodbye.
Huh. Alright, sorry, so... I know sometimes you need a few things explained. The army's not going to let you just wander out the city. That's the whole... It's kind of the whole siege thing. They'll just try and stop you. I mean, you can do some really big stuff, but they're going to get in your way, you know?
It'd be very unfortunate for them.
I mean, I bet. Yeah, that's a fair point.
I What is the idiom that people here use? I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
It's kind of hard to do it the other way. Crossing a bridge before you're there is...
It's funny that you mention that. I have a memory of someone who can do just that thing.
Right. You say some things sometimes, pal, and they're kind of... I'm not the smartest guy. I tend to get confused by, quite a lot of things people say. I mean, Salryn was talking to me about, conscription and stuff earlier on, and I was, honestly, totally zoned out, started thinking about barrels. But a lot of the stuff you say, sometimes I'm like, no, I think that's not just me who would find that difficult to understand. But, it's great. You being with the Barrel Boys and stuff has been good time. We're all kind of a little bit lost around here. Lost boys and... Well, there's me. I'm doing fine, actually, so, but everyone else is pretty lost, so, if you ever want to come back at some point, it'd be good to have you. It's been a good time.
Thank you. Thank you, Swift Justice. Whatever comes next, I'll remember that you were a friend.
Same here, pal. It's been fun. You scare the shit out of me sometimes, but in a good way. It's the way I hope people feel about me.
The face that I see you pull, I've seen that on the face of your victims. What do you prefer to call them?
Oh, they're quite often victims, let's be honest. Let's not mess around here, eh? Oh, everything's ended. So, aye, alright. Well, look, good luck to you. I hope everything goes the way you hope it goes, and you find what you're looking for. And if you want to come back and blow up a bunch of shockingly powerful enemies at some point, that would be fun too. You do whatever makes you happy, pal.
I know that there are great injustices in this city, and
aye, yeah.
And you have worked very hard to
smash them
with your hammer.
Aye, yeah.
There is something inside me that tells me that there is a greater injustice, and I need to know what it is so that I can fix it.
The most important lesson I ever learned, right, is people will, they'll talk to you about, I did this thing because X, Y, and Z, and I became what I became because, people were mean to me when I was 6 or something. If someone's bad, you smash them.
I will remember that.
If you see something bad, smash it. You're a good smasher.
I hope that when I find whatever this thing that burns me, I hope that whenever I find it, that I can smash it so hard that it never, ever returns.
Oh, yeah, that's the stuff there. That's a good attitude. That's the way to deal with problems. Life's actually very simple. People just make it complicated, Black and white. Black and white.
Swifty, I think you're right.
I think I've been a good influence on you.
I think you have.
And you've been a good influence on me as well. This is excellent. Oh, I'm going to miss our chats, pal.
There is one thing that I would like to... I do not wish you any harm.
Oh, that's good. I don't wish you any harm either, so there we go.
But do you know that you are greater than these creatures that dwell here?
I am quite tall.
You are beautiful. The blood that runs in your veins is divine. And you should not be ashamed of your blessings.
I'm not too sure what you're talking about there. Just
Waves
normal...
his hand and your towel disappears from your head. Those. You are more than them.
This isn't something that I talk about.
I understand.
Can you fix it? Can you get rid of it? Is that something you could do?
Want me to rid you of your blessing? You wish me to curse you?
I don't want to be cursed as... Is that something you could do?
I could remove the facade. But your blood is celestial.
I don't... Well...
Would you like me to remove the facade, Swiss Justice?
No. Okay.
He smiles when you say that. That pleases me greatly.
That confuses me greatly. They used to throw stones at me. And I was little. When I walk around.
Who? Before I leave, I can rid the city of them.
There'd be a bit too many people, I think, pal.
I don't think there's too many.
I get that feeling. No. Don't. I remember their faces, but you don't... You know what? Let them be fucking uncomfortable when they look at me. Because they should be. Because I'm frightening. And I'm dangerous.
Yes, you are. They should fear us.
Are you sure you have to go?
I will come back. I promise you. When I have found what I'm looking for, I will return.
Alright. Hand out. Full on, forearm handshake there.
Absolutely. Fully embraced.
Alright. I'm gonna go make some people very uncomfortable now. Big smiles. I've been hiding the teeth a bit as well. Kind of slightly spiky, Makes everyone uncomfortable.
Don't hide what you are.
You neither, eh? Hey, I'm sorry I tried to rein you in when we first met. That wasn't okay.
Well, I'm glad you see that now.
You go be you.
I wish you the best, Swift Justice.
And you too. Delicate hammer.
And he departs.
Jorvin.
Oh God, what are you going to do?
Nothing.
Thank you.
The same as the other two. It's been a week of life in the first stages of this siege. You've had meetings every day. Chani and his lot have been very angry about the fact that your first order was to reduce basically the nobility and the merchant classes rations. The only people who needed rations reducing. You've obviously had the same kind of college meeting as Salryn that you've been in each day, alongside Rowena. Swifty, for some reason, hasn't been invited to these meetings, but no one seems to miss him in them. But what has life been like in the first week? What's been a typical day? Has there been anything that you have been reflecting on or thinking on from your life?
I think Jorvin's probably been thinking back to those days, before his father kind of ended up with the mad kabooter or whatever his name was, and having to become a man of the house far too early. And I think he's been thinking, would father be proud? Would father think that I've actually become the man, not of the house, but of, well, another house, I guess. He doesn't really understand what that expression means, but he's he's been doing less clothes stuff, which I think has probably made him a little bit sad, but he feels finally that duty calls. He has to just settle for the 7 tunics, 8 jodhpurs, 15 sets of riding boots, whatever it may be, a very modest wardrobe. It's kind of killing him inside a little bit. But he's probably thinking a little bit about that kind of interaction with Rowena as well, and he doesn't really understand what he feels about it, but he has a nice warm feeling in his chest when he thinks about that. But apart from that, not really much. He doesn't do anything. Apart from antagonize Kiani every now and again, sends him his rations, but it's like only eggs or something. Like really, like really specific,
And it is another one of these mornings of these meetings. And you take your seats. Salryn, you're present in this meeting as well. Obviously, your main responsibility being overseeing the troops and the defenses of the city. It's been quiet. Reports have been the same for the past couple of days now. No immediate signs of attack from the warlords' forces. They seem to be very much bedded down and just willing to wait you out. Best guess from their perspective is that they had attacked your food stores. They probably don't expect you to have a whole lot left. Their other forces are doing their best to tie up the Daya's forces and the Alliance's forces elsewhere and stopping them to get down to you, kind of mirroring what Zoran had said previously. Other than that, it's been fairly quiet, but today one of the agenda points is something that's you've kind of been expecting for a while, and you see that the commander of the Aurelian Regiment has requested to speak and address the ruling colleges. But before he's up on the agenda, it's been a week now of reduced food, and originally I was going to get you to do the same thing as you'd done previously and allocate the food, but I think your actions and kind of discussions with what you had arranged with Salryn has kind of done that. Your strategy here is to basically just funnel all food into the warriors and the soldiers, and that anyone who's not fighting is getting reduced rations. Obviously you could go even tighter on it to try and prolong it, but you think you've got maybe, as it stands, you've got maybe 3 more weeks of everyone eating fairly comfortably, with the exception of Candy's lot. But you also know that you need to, best case scenario, survive for 6 weeks until reinforcements come. So you will need to make cuts at some point. This point gets a raise, and Rowena is kind of acting as the chair for these meetings. You know that kind of Kiani has been raising this a lot, and has a kind of insisted that it be a major talking point, the first point, agenda point on the for the meeting this morning.
I mean, what I would propose, Kiani, obviously, is that we continue at the current course. Things are going, as I can tell, quite fine, and maybe we can reassess in a week's time. You're looking better, actually. You're looking well. I just wanted to say that.
I'm wasting away. And you have used this argument with me. You have used it every single day of the past 7 days. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. I am starving. My friends are starving. And we are offering the most valuable services that the city... Would you want all of your merchants to be dead when the siege is over? How will the city make money?
I'm not really sure that's kind of very important right now about making money. I mean, it would be lovely, wouldn't it? But, needs must. I mean, you say you're wasting away, but I mean, that's the loudest wasting I've ever heard. Just want to say. You know.
I don't feel that my voice is being listened to in this forum. I feel like I raise this every day, and it is the same thing.
It'll be good once you actually catch on to that. Yeah? Okay? Just thought you'd be interested, but...
Where we know.
Also, be reasonable, Kiani.
We don't have to feed the prisoners, do we? Surely. And do we have to feed all of the children?
Yeah.
They're very small, you know. Do they really need all that wheat or that grain?
As you know, I believe the children are the future, Kiani.
Yes, you just telling me that we shouldn't be thinking about the long term. We just need to think about until the army returns, right? That's what we should be thinking.
Uh-huh.
So don't feed the children.
Right. Very interesting.
Well, actually, there's not that many children.
Exactly. There's not that many children,
sorry.
so it doesn't matter all that much. Just give them, I don't know, 1/8 ration, and the rest can come to me, and I will divide that out amongst my.
Divide it out amongst your brunch, maybe, but
Is this condescension going to be allowed? You are a chair. Are you going to allow him to speak to me like this?
I'm not here to maintain peace. I'm just here to maintain order. If you two are grown adults, you can sort things out by yourselves. And need I remind you, it is the responsibility of Lord Jorvin to look after the distribution of food and rations. If he believes that we are okay at this current rate for another week, well then frankly, Kenny, you've been bringing this up every day. You're hardly wasting away, Kenny. In fact, you look just as well fed as you were 7 days ago, so I'm not really sure what this argument has come from.
I just think it sends the wrong message, doesn't it? It just sends the wrong message. It doesn't let the people know the proper order of things, and most importantly, it shows me and my coalition disrespect. And if we are not respected in the colleges, how can we be respected on the streets? All I am suggesting is that we take a slightly revised route, and that, everyone in here remembers the important value that my coalition and I have to the city.
Yes, but I hardly think that taking food away from the children is a good idea.
Who's being flippant? There are plenty of people in the city we can take.
You could join the military. You could fight Kiani. You'd get more food then, wouldn't you?
He goes quiet.
Well, I hope you enjoy those 6 eggs I send you each week then, Kiani. I hope you like omelettes.
Okay, well, I think then, unless our Lord Quartermaster is changing his mind, there is no changes to the current distribution of food within the city. Next order of business, and Salryn, this is a report that's kind of come to you as well. The aqueduct into the city, kind of segueing on from food to water and water supply. We have had the aqueduct under guard. The enemy has not yet thought to use it as an attack route into the city. However, the longer we keep it open, the more risk is posed. You guys especially know that it is a small force could get in and do damage. There has been a guard on it kind of since day one, but it's getting increasingly risky. I believe maybe we turn to our Lord of Night and Day for a first comment on this. Salryn, what are your thoughts? This is I guess, primarily a military issue.
It is a weakness. I mean, we could post more guards there. It just means that we'll be weaker in other areas. But maybe we have to. Have we been storing water?
What? Sorry, I was...
She's asking about the well.
Pay attention, Jorvin.
As well.
Well, not me, obviously.
Ah, good. It can stay that way. Whatever it is can stay that way then.
We need to make sure that the water stores are good. And then I think we need to get some things in place where we can pretty much block the entrance to the aqueduct if we see that people are trying to use it as an entranceway.
You would know that, like, blocking it isn't going to be enough. You would have to probably fully destroy it. Like,
destroy it.
Yeah, demolish the access point.
Okay. Do we have any explosives or anything like that?
There's like engineers guilds who'd be able to kind of like rig basically I think we discussed this here, that there's like small demolition charges kind of thing, so
we can booby trap our own aqueduct basically
if you wanted to do that. Yeah,
we'll do that.
Okay, we'll see that that's done, and then next, okay, before we let him in, Commander McHale has been requesting this meeting for a couple of days now. I've tried to keep him at bay, but and she kind of looks pointedly at Kiani at this point and says, the coffers are beginning to run low. We've, spent a lot of money trying to outfit the city guard.
I've been very reasonable with my rates.
Yes, well, be that as it may, there are still a lot of potential deficits in the city's ledgers, and the Aurelians need to be paid. But yes,
why
I think
would you raise my name when discussing the low coffers? You're insinuating something, Rowena. Speak plainly.
I'm not insinuating everything, but you have made it very clear that the flow of gold within the city is your responsibility and your pride. And so I think that may be something that if someone want to help with, could be an option.
You seem to be insinuating that I'm somehow responsible for the present situation. Of course, I'm not even remotely responsible for the present situation. And, and with the disrespect that I'm shown here, it's, it just seems like one more insult piled on another. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to speak for the rest of this council meeting, honestly.
Well, that's convenient because in walks...
Gosh! All right, you bastards! Who do I talk to about getting my gold?
The fat one. The fat one. Talk to him.
You! Why aren't you talking? Has he pissed himself? Fuck. Who else can I talk to? Someone who isn't such a fucking piece of shit.
Salryn, I think you are the... this is a defensive matter, I guess.
Come on. Right, where's my gold?
Is this a defensive matter?
Well, I mean, we kind of need them to defend the city, right?
Yeah, but gold, okay.
I don't...
so gold, so pay. Pay is what you...
Yeah, gold, the stuff that you pay mercenaries to defend your fucking city.
Yeah, I mean... As you can see, we are having a bit of a trouble at the moment.
I was there, fighting, bleeding, dying, mostly killing, to be fair.
Yes, you're doing a fantastic job.
I know.
We're very happy to have you. As soon as we have the resources that we can get hold of, once our city is free, you will get your pay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I look like a fucking mug? Because I'm not. I'm a fucking brigadier. Okay? Look at me. I am the leader of the single greatest armed force on the North Hub, right? And I'm here...
That's questionable.
Do you want to say that again, love?
I didn't say anything.
Don't antagonize him, Salryn. Right.
A lot of my men fight for honour, but every single one of them fights for gold. Do you understand that?
I understand that more than you know.
Good. I'm glad we've got an agreement. So, payment plan, when's it coming?
When's it coming, Rowena?
Well, yes, we can. Look, we can pay you for another. She kind of like takes you for a little sidebar. Salryn's like, we have enough in the coffers to pay. We could comfortably pay for a week, but after that, I don't know how we can.
We need this time.
We'll pay you for 5 days, for the next 5 days, and then after that, we'll have the money for you. Is that okay?
5 days? You got my troops for 5 days, haven't you?
Great. Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'll be back in 5 days to find out when my next fucking payment is.
Yes, understood. Okay.
We'll look forward to it.
That fat bastard over there, melt down his fucking rings. Okay? That guy over there, the one in the fancy fucking garb, right? Sell his fucking shit. At the end of the day, we are the thin red line between you and fucking death. There is no one in this city more valuable than the fucking Aurelian Regiment. Without us, and I cannot stress this enough, you are going to fucking die. Try then. Have a good night.
The rest of the kind of meeting goes to mundane bits of business until Rowena kind of brings it to a close and asks the two of you to stay behind for a second, Salryn and Jorvin. Okay, well, look, 5 days, he's going to come back. We have another 2 days probably worth of gold. If we really stretched it and, maybe asked... I can't believe I'm saying this. We ask Kiani for loans. We could stretch another week. He has to have resources, him and his people. I don't like a man like him has a rainy day fund.
Does he understand that he might die?
People like him do not, sounds stupid to say, but do not worry about things like that. It's not what's in his mind. I think if you look inside that brain of his, you'd see two gold pieces rubbing against each other.
I've got a plan, Salryn. Rowena.
I'm open to it.
All ears.
How about an interesting new bit of legislature?
Okay.
Conscript all of the merchants and upper class, and if they want to avoid it, there is a fee they can pay. You'd raise money fairly quickly.
Gods, Jorvin, that's brilliant.
That is quite... Okay, so they would get the benefits of... We might need to throw in food for them. If they could get the benefits of being conscripted but not have to take up a weapon, they would probably go for that. But otherwise, Kenny's just going to see this as an attempt to bleed his pockets as well as his stomach.
Well, the prisoners and them can have an argument over it, but I don't really care what prisoners say. So they can have their food.
Okay. Well, then we tax the ever-living fuck out of the merchant class and see how well they want to keep their skins.
We could also ask for donations from people in the city. Make it like a, save your city, fight for Daya.
Oh, I know exactly who to send around for that. Nothing entices one to donate more than a swift hammer of justice.
Oh, he'd be great.
Give him a little box of a slot in it for coins, and just send him the fuck around.
With that big thing, this big weapon thing. Yeah.
I'm so pleased we made him in charge. Just beating the ever-living shit out of poor people.
No.
And people in general.
Just persuading people. No hitting people.
I'm not good at this whole...
If we're going down the swift hammer route, and although I do think that your idea, Jorvin, has a lot of merit, well done. There's also maybe we point the hammer directly at the coin purse, so to speak. I don't know if it's maybe early days for that, but
Well, how happy do you want to keep him, Rowena?
I don't care about him. I couldn't give two shits, to be honest, but...
I just worry he might
yes.
betray us in the end. That's the thing I'm most worried about. So if we were to keep a certain hammer on the pulse of Kiani, maybe if he starts becoming difficult, we can sort of send someone round for some Bible teaching or something.
We can appeal to the people of Daya first, and let's be real, when that runs dry, well then we know what to tap next, and in the meantime we are slowly taxing the merchants in order to retain their luxury.
The other thing, Jorvin, you can't be asking people to donate their possessions if you're still walking around in those fine clothes. They gotta go.
I never thought this would come between us, Salryn. Are you sure? The riding crop can go. It's glib.
Jorvin, you can't.
What if I just wore a really nice cape over it? They wouldn't know. You wouldn't see. I could be naked underneath for all they know.
I don't want to think about that. People are looking to you, Jorvin. If you're walking around in finery, they're going to resent you if they have to give up their things. This is your sacrifice for Daya.
I just got those fitted. That was like the one fucking good thing
Jorvin,
about
I'm
this
being
role.
nice.
About as annoying as Kiani, yeah. I suppose you're right.
Come on, be the hero that you know you are. Hey.
I'm just much better at hiding in dark places if I'm on.
We'll maybe just downplay some of it. We'll...
Autumn tones. Okay.
I know it brings out the colour in your eyes, Jorvin, but you really need so much gold thread.
I suppose you're right. Father did always say that silver suited me better. You're right, Rowena, you've really got an eye for it now, actually, yeah.
Well, you know, I have an eye for some things. I'll get writing up and you see she looks like really flustered. I'll start writing up this legislation and get the correct bills drafted, and we'll vote on it tomorrow, and we'll buy ourselves another week or so.
The gold trim will be on your desk by the morning.
Oh, okay, and she looks even more flustered and leaves.
The things I do for Daya.
Yes, we're all so grateful for your sacrifice.
I might get Kiani to pay you, though, so you can shut the fuck up.
All right.
We're a strange family.
You's gonna tell Swifty what his new assignment is.
It's gonna be me, isn't it?
It was your idea.
It was my true, and I did give him the hammer.
Just tell him to be kind first.
Okay, that's an interesting way to open a conversation. Hello, Swifty. Be kind. If you say so. Will you be standing around in case he throws me into the side of a building?
I can come and provide backup if that's what you like.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you back.
Now that I can't hide as well in my new clothes.
Hey, they suit you.
Well, thank you. I see that you've upped your levels slightly. I have that effect on people.
You know, I brushed my hair this morning.
It's a start, I'll tell you that much for free. Let's go and see him, our hammer friend.
Are we talking about the lack of helmet yet?
I think, considering I'm about to ask him to basically, intimidate the lower classes of the city, it's maybe not.
Okay, yeah, we'll just wait for him to bring that up, yeah? We'll just keep pretending. Okay.
Yes, that's what I do.
Where do the two of them find Swifty?
He'd be in his little kind of like hovel space. Fully topless at this point as well, by the way, as well as not wearing the helmet. He's cleaning his armor up. He has also had a wash as well.
Just don't use too much water.
Get out of the well so we can get out.
He's got a rainwater barrel. Assuming it's been raining. Dylan, has it been raining?
Yes, fine. Hang on. I'll roll a D4.
Gosh, I weather check.
The weather was very.
There's been 3 days of rain.
Perfect. Rainwater barrel. Come on, out of that barrel. I need to wash in it.
Oh, yeah, no, this is only my 4th bath of the day. There's water everywhere now. Like, it's the one thing that we can do. I'm fucking hungry, but at least I can drink water, you know?
Listen, I've not had a proper wash in years. I'm going through something at the moment. Let me have a clean.
All right, yeah, fine, but fucking you're skipping people's turns, Swifty, you know? That's really unlike you.
That's because I'm the biggest. That's how it works, remember? Biggest washes first.
Okay, yeah, fine. It's just, you're never usually in this. Oh, right, yeah, fine. And you see Hector gets out of the barrel. He's fully dressed.
Yeah.
he was just in the water.
Oh, but is it hot and rainy at the same time, so you dry off very quickly?
Yeah. It's actually raining today, and he's like, you know, here, Swifty, I'm not wet enough. I'm going to get into the bar.
It makes no difference. Yeah. I may as well sit in the water. This way, it's my choice.
Here, Swifty, your 2 mates are coming.
All right. So he's under attack again or something, you know?
Probably something like that. I mean, I think we'd hear the bells if that, but like, you know.
I do hear bells pretty much all the time now, so, you know.
I'll tell you when the bells are ringing, don't worry.
When the bells are ringing and when things are blue. Those are the 2 things you have to tell me about since the head injury. All right. And goes to meet the 2 of you outside his hovel. Again, just walking through the street. He's got like the makeshift chainmail, like, what's it called?
Greaves?
Sabatons. There we go. But nothing else on at the moment, making it much more obvious, you know, what he is.
See, Jorvin, Swifty's giving up some clothes.
Yes, and he's also giving up stench. Hello, Swifty.
Hello. How are the 2 of you getting on this fine, rainy day? It's been raining for 3 days.
It's quite unusual.
I hate you guys so much.
Until today, actually, yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just come from our meeting. Do you remember those things that we go to sometimes?
Yeah. That's where you meet up, talk about things, make decisions, right?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that recently we've not made as many decisions involving our justice department. I was just wondering if you would like to do some work for the honour of the city and the honour of our government.
Work to try and keep this city from being overrun by those people outside.
Exactly. 100%.
Absolutely then, yeah. Not a problem.
Yeah, we're raising, how do we say, a tithe.
Ah, yes. Tithe to the temple sometimes, mostly turnips. But it helps us get through the day, you know. Quite often people leave behind their empty barrels sometimes, inns and stuff, you know. We make good use of them. Barrel tithe for the barrel boys, you know.
Yeah, it's very environmentally friendly as well, recycling your barrels. Very proud of you.
Right, not sure what that means, but that's fine.
Neither am I, actually. That was quite strange.
Climate change. Oh, sorry, my head injury. I just spout random words sometimes.
Hector just pops up and just says, fucking lithium batteries are ruining the world, huh?
Let me talk to you about AI.
So you know that AI is boiling oceans.
Throw your car batteries in the ocean. The eels need the electricity.
I absolutely despise AI. Auxiliary infantry just waiting behind the main lines the entire battle and then putting in last minute, taking all the glory. And generating that terrible artwork that auxiliary infantry could produce as well. I've got no soul. That's what they're doing, painting while the real soldiers are fighting. Anyway.
I'm beginning to forget where we were.
Daya.
Sorry, something strange happened. Yes, we're trying to raise money for the city so we can basically keep the best soldiers, the Aurelian regiments.
Right. Would I know of them?
You'd have seen them in the city, yeah. They've been here for a while.
What about by reputation? Is that like, am I impressed by that name, or is it just like...
We'll go for history. Make a history roll.
Okay, cool. So ever rolled history as Swifty, or at least rarely. +0, that's surprising. 13.
With a 13, you're aware of their existence. They are the most famous of mercenary companies in the North Hub, certainly in Vash. They are also the largest.
All right, so they're big deal, big important thing. Need to keep them around, right? Okay.
Yes, and we're beginning to run out of money.
Blood all the rich people dry, have you, eh?
I'm doing that currently, don't worry. That was step 1, but step 2, phase 2, which involves you.
Okay.
Isn't that exciting? You know that big fuck-off hammer?
Aye.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that it's in the conversation.
She's resting
generally.
at the moment. Normally I sleep when she sleeps, but at the moment she's having a little extra rest, you know? You'll understand when you're a parent, but it's fine, carry on.
Thank you, Swifty. I look forward to that wonderful day. But I think you'd be a fantastic person to collect that money. You have no need for material possessions, really.
No, that's true, eh? Okay.
So would you be interested in going round and collecting money and just...
Asking nicely.
Yes, asking nicely. Be kind.
Right.
Be kind, but at the same time make sure you bring your child with you.
Oh,
On second thoughts, Jorvin, maybe that's not a good idea.
right, okay. So, right. Sorry, who is it I'm asking for money from here? This is just
Everyone.
people in general. All right, fine. Aye, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's easy enough. What do I do if folks are like, no?
Well, that's heavily encourage them. That's important for the well-being of the city. It's important to be kind.
All right.
Being kind that should be the motto. Be kind, save Daya.
Oh, that's good. Be kind, save Daya.
Be kind, save Daya. Right. See,
I didn't think this through.
it's just because there's a big fuck-off army outside the walls, and I kind of feel like being kind is going to get us all killed.
No. It's kind in a very selective sense. Don't be kind to the people outside the walls. Be kind to the coffer.
Okay. So we're to be kind to people who are withholding the resources the city desperately needs. That's the idea, is it?
Kindness is next to godliness. What is it you used to say?
That's not something I normally say.
Do you want to just walk around and threaten them, Swifty?
I'm going to walk around to threaten people and just shake them till money falls out. I'm fine with that.
Oh, gods.
Okay, that didn't officially come from me, but that's what.
All right, that's fine. So basically, I'm to go kick doors in and kind of rob people and then bring the money to
Ask
the...
them
Ask them first.
Yes,
All right,
ask
sure,
first.
yeah.
Definitely ask first.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Ask first, and then you can do.
Okay.
It. Yeah. Definitely ask first, right? Okay.
So I don't tell you what it is I've been up to. I just sort of deliver the money.
Just bring
the money,
and,
that's fine.
Bring the money, and we'll survive as a city.
That makes a lot of sense.
Maybe don't kill them though, just because otherwise there's not really a city to save.
No killing. No killing.
I mean, I'm going to be pretty selective
No
about who
killing,
the people
no
are
killing.
going towards. So, you know, what happens, happens.
In fairness, I don't need to know really. If the money shows up on my desk or Rowena's desk, or it shows up on a desk that I have access
That's all right.
This is a really bad idea.
then that's good.
All right.
My previous idea was I would just break into Kiani's house, but to be honest, that probably wouldn't look good.
Kiani's wealthy. Is a wealthy person. All right.
He's loathsome,
All right.
really.
Noted. Thank you.
See him, just
Okay.
shout obscenities at him and run. It's usually what I do.
Probably not what I'll do, but I'll bear that.
It's always an option.
All right.
Kind, but not to Kiani.
Don't be kind to Kiani, specifically. Understood.
It's kind of how I've been living the last sort of 2 weeks.
Excellent. Well, I think we understand each other, so I'm going to go
I don't think we do.
get together some of my barrel men, and we're going to go have some conversations.
Can we please do this scene? Can we do this?
Because, yes, Swifty's leaving at this point. If that's
Yeah, I want it so bad.
There he goes.
Jorvin, are we really bad at this?
No, I think that's exactly what we needed to do.
We're going completely off book.
At no point during the conversation did you say poor people. Did you say the
No.
lower classes? Swifty's like, all right, cool,
This
go to
is
the rich
great.
people first. Easy.
I did say everyone.
Yeah, and he's prioritizing, and he said so.
Swifty, you said you're going to get your barrel men. Please round up for me 4 barrel men. We will each take one. You go and you knock on the door of a baker. You see like a fairly large, muscular man. How are you, Swifty? It's been a while.
It's been a while, isn't it?
It's been a while, you know. I don't think I fit in a barrel anymore. I've been, hitting the gym a lot.
I can tell. You're looking good. Hey, a
Nice.
baker as well. I love bakers. It's fantastic, honest work.
It's good. Keep the gains up. Plenty of cows in them rolls,
Oh, aye. Fantastic.
Anyway, what's you got a look about you? We
Got a bit of a job from the city. Kind of, basically, there's some folks who are traitors, basically. They've not been contributing what they're supposed to be contributing, and it can't really be handled directly by the city itself, so we're to go have a conversation. Well, I'll have a conversation. You stand there looking scary like you were good at. Like, you remember when Carrick's and his boys tried to set up a little rival thing? And
that rolling pin saw some serious use that day.
I've never seen a rolling pin roll that before. That's just, but yeah, look. Hopefully it all goes relatively smoothly, and we just do scary boy maneuver. We're the barrel boys. But if it doesn't, well, as long as you're up for it, don't want to force you into doing anything. But
he takes off his apron, grabs a rolling pin, and walks out behind you.
Fantastic. Let's go.
Me next.
What's your name, by the way? Just
Pat.
Pat, right?
Just call me Pat the Baker.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's Swifty and Pat. You in there? It's me. How's it going?
Oh, it's so good to see you, Swifty.
It's good to see you as well. My goodness, you've what's happened to you? You look so different.
I was kicked by a horse.
Right, again. How does this keep happening? That's what, the 3rd time you've been kicked by a horse?
I keep standing behind him.
We used to talk about this. You don't stand behind the horses,
I just really like the tails.
I know, but if you're going to play pranks on them, you got to do it from the front.
It's just... I know, but they look so much better from behind.
Now, those are what we all inside thoughts. Remember we used to go through this?
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll keep those thoughts inside, shall I?
I still get good use out of the depravity barrel when some of the other kids say things that they shouldn't be saying, but that's fine. Listen, got a little job, if you're interested.
I'm interested. Let's go.
Fantastic, let's go. All right. Name on this guy?
Fucking, do you know what? You just call him Mayor.
Yeah, Matt.
That's how he introduced himself. I'm Mayor. Nice to meet you.
All right, Swifty, Pat, and Matt. And we're just yelling inside. We're getting the gang back together.
You alright, Swifty?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm alright. It's been a while,
It's
hasn't
been a while, but you're looking, well, a little bit wider than last time I saw you. Kind of pat your stomach, eh? Living quite well from the looks of you.
Well, whenever I stopped delivering milk, there was a lot to drink. It was going to go off.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, just for full clarity. When you stopped delivering milk, there remained a surplus of milk that you consumed.
I got quite sick.
I bet you would have. You're lactose intolerant, aren't you? You just got really sick if you drank milk, eh?
No, I was shitting like a cart horse.
I believe it. Well, all right. Well, listen. You feeling any bit better? I've got a bit of a job for you, but maybe if you're still kind of, launching yourself into the sky.
Don't worry. There's none left.
Fantastic.
It's all gone now.
Well, you said that with a deep sadness behind your eyes, which I'm going to swiftly move by at the moment, as is my way. Listen, smashy, yes?
I thought you'd never ask.
And yeah, okay, one more. And then, name for your guy here.
Bran.
Bran, Ma, and Pat. Oi! It's Swifty, Bran, Man, Pat! Get there!
You just hear this like just noise coming from the inside, something getting dragged along.
That's
the floor.
right, we're all still alive!
Opens the door and he's in a barrel.
Oh, preemptive barrel, what have you been up to?
I still got it. I still got it. You still got my barrel.
Well, that warms my heart, that does. That's delightful to hear.
Getting every morning.
Every single morning. Well, I'm very touched to hear that. I was wondering, you look like you got a bit wiry there, haven't you? You've been eating okay?
Yeah. Well, no. You said not to have more than than I need, so I just have a little bit of bread in the morning, and then I try and get by on water the rest of the day.
All right, so you have been eating well. Fantastic.
No, here, I take a just like a full loaf of bread and like give it to you. Just my emergency loaf.
No.
No, just
Gluttony is next to which one was it? Oh shit!
Glutton is next to
it was
Aye.
gluttony was next to gluten,
I think it was depravity.
and then gluten was bad for your stomach, and that's why you don't drink the milk. And then when you drink the milk, you become strong like a bull. And bulls are strong, but when they see red, so don't taste red.
So I'm a bull.
Yeah.
I've said a lot of things, a lot of many wise things, wise and often contradictory things, as wisdom often is. But at the moment, the city's kind of fucked. That's the situation we're looking at here. And there's some people who are causing problems, and we need to go over word with them so that us and the people we care about don't all get murdered by those bastards outside.
Yeah, bring it. I just might need to help me out barrel. I can't.
You've been in there too. You've got barrel legs. You've been in there too long. They've gone numb. Barrel legs. We don't have to deal with that. Massage his legs, boys. That'll get the feeling.
I get the rolling pin out.
This isn't a bad touch. It's a good touch, okay?
You just stand over there. Listen, we've been through this. You don't get involved in the leg massages, Pat. He's a good boy. He just can't be allowed to touch people. Or horses, for that matter.
I used to sleep next to him at night. It wasn't nice.
I liked it.
Remember we had that big barrel bed. It was like 4 different barrels that Swifty had just smashed apart and then put together. Yeah,
The barrel bed was a misstep. It was a misstep, aye. And in hindsight, I wouldn't do the barrel bed again.
Oh, some of the best night's sleep I've ever had.
Well, that's... You know what? I can make you one. I still remember how to make them if you want another barrel bed. But honestly...
Right.
Yeah.
Who we hitting?
Right. Basically, we're going to ask around after this rich guy, big merchant boy. We're going to go have a little chat with him.
The big fat one.
They're all big fat ones, aren't they, for the most part?
Really big and fat one. The biggest and fattest one.
Sure, probably.
This is that Kiani.
Oh, yeah, I know where he lives.
Kiani was the name, I believe. Yeah, to be honest, like he sounds like the worst one from what they've said.
That fucker's been overcharging me for flour for fucking years now.
It was his horse that kicked me, you know.
All
I
right.
never paid the milk money.
Well, this makes it all much simpler then. So we're going to have a very unpleasant conversation with Keanu, and then we're going to, if he doesn't pay, we're going to extract payments via other methods, basically. Because, like I said, if he's not paying, he's basically a traitor to the city as far as I'm concerned, so...
You get your motley crew of barrel men, because this has truly gone on wild.
What have we started?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to try and bring this back into a semblance of D&D and say you find where Kenny is and his like house. You can make an intimidation check with advantage because you've got the full squad of X/never left stop being a barrel man.
And I would like to use my commanding presence feature to add one of my superiority die to my intimidation roll before I roll.
Nice. Perfect.
So intimidation is a +1. It's not amazing, but well, it's a 19 on the first roll. This is rolling for a 22 on the second, so 19 becomes dirty 20 plus a d8, 25 in total.
We're so scared.
Kiani!
It's time to collect the milk money, Kiani.
I told you I never ordered any milk. Okay, the empty bottles will take care of that. Oh dear, there's a lot of you.
All right, Kiani!
Yes?
That's your name, aye. You are Kiani. We've not got the wrong house again, have we? That was embarrassing last time.
Yeah, but we did get 4 silver pieces, so it was worth it.
I just feel a bit bad about that. But anyway, Kiani, hello! How's it going?
If I was to tell you that you had the wrong house, and you were to later figure out that it was in fact the right house, how would you feel about that?
We'd be a bit upset. Aye, is basically the response.
He's quite smart, isn't he? He's quite emotionally intelligent.
Who, Kiani?
What was that you said before, Swifty, about lying down is what makes you sleepy, and sleepiness is next to being a piece of shit or something?
Not quite how I
Are
would
you a piece of shit, Kiani?
No, I'm an upstanding member of society. You know, I'm a.
Could we come in, Kiani?
If you don't let us in, you might not be upstanding up anymore.
Yeah, by all means, come in. Please make yourselves comfortable. Tea, anyone?
No, that's very kind of you.
Where'd you get the milk from for the tea, Kiani? Where'd you get the milk from?
All right, so super simple, super straightforward. I'm looking around your house here. It's lovely. Really like
It's so nice.
what you've done with it. It's really nice. So here's the thing: you have a lot of money, right?
Well, not so much these days. You know, it's all tied up.
There's a bit of art here that's just all gold.
Yes, it's mostly leaf. It's not gold all the way.
This rug's got gold in it too. That's really nice.
It is very
I like
nice.
what you've done with the place.
So look, I don't know if you're aware, but the city's having something that they might call money. I don't know the word. The city needs money, basically, Kiani. It's kind of a problem, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
So, like, just to be clear, we are not here to rob you.
Oh, God, I can relax.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you... Oh, that's such a relief, honestly, because...
I'm so glad that's made you feel better.
I really thought that's where this was going.
No. We're just here to accept your voluntary donation of, like, basically all your money to the city coffers.
I'm a tad confused.
I get that way sometimes too. I find it helps just to push through the confusion and just sort of do what needs to be done before someone gets hurt.
We can put you in a barrel if that helps you think better.
We
Did
could
for
put
us.
you
It
in a
helps
barrel,
me think
yeah.
better. Yeah.
So this is a robbery. My initial assessment was correct.
It's a voluntary donation that may or may not involve a barrel.
Bran walks over to like a bowl of like potpourri. He goes, "Dried petals, very expensive. I was told," and throws a few of them.
All right, come on, now. There's no need to be rude. Let's.
Of course. If the city requires my help, I will, of course, give everything that I can.
And he walks over to a bookcase, and he removes a purse from the bookcase, and he opens it up, and he tests it in his hand, and he goes over and he puts the gold into Swifty's hand directly.
Anything for the city.
And I'm going to roll a performance check to see how convincing this is. In fact, I don't need to. It's quite obviously not all his wealth. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Are we clever enough to know that is the problem?
Swifty's going to stand up, put an arm around him. He's still topless, by the way. Just, wandering around here. Just, all right, so we're going to get you set up. We're going to look after you. You're one of my barrel boys now. So there'll be folks along to kind of go through the house later on, I'm sure, and, sort out what can be sold, what can be melted down. We'll get you a nice little place down in my neighbourhood, and I will look after you. Okay? You're one of my people now.
Yes, of course.
Just slightly tighter round the shoulders.
Anything for the city. I'm just going to go into the kitchen to.
Nope. That's all over now. That's all done.
You got any milk in there?
That's all done. And that's a good thing.
Can I have your horse?
No, you're not to go anywhere near the horses. We're not going to let him anywhere near your horses. I promise you that.
Well, of course,
This is an incredibly brave thing that you're doing, my friend. I'm proud of you.
Not that it's terribly relevant, but I am close friends with the Lord of Night and Day, Captain Commander Salryn. I don't know if you've met her. She's a close friend of mine, and
She's a close friend of mine as well. Wonderful woman. Incredible warrior. Fought beside her multiple times. Bled beside her multiple times. She is one of the bravest people I've ever met. She'd do anything for this city. An example. And I'm so proud of you for following that example. They're going to remember you, along with the greats. Gave up every penny that you had to save the children and the destitute of this city. You will be sung about in legend when they talk about this place. I'm moving down into our little hovels, coming to stay with me and be one of my barrel boys. What a beautiful thing.
huzzah!
I love you for doing this.
I love you too.
That's so good to hear. I'm going to look after you. Everything's going to be fine. Come on. Let's go.
Fade to black.
Hey everyone, exciting news. We are rolling out the pilot episodes for a new tale, The Kingdom of Learn, showcasing the mysterious Learnians from the No Returniverse. So as we explore this fresh style and story, your feedback is crucial. It's all about refining our craft, with input from you before we fully dive in. We've got the first 6 episodes ready, each brimming with the No Returniverse charm, but with a unique twist. So, to share your thoughts, here's how. Use the text as link in the show notes for direct messages, super easy. Prefer to stay on Spotify? Why not just comment right there and we can keep it private. If that doesn't work for you, how about you jump into the lively discussion on the No Returniverse Discord via the link in the show notes. So, go on then. Give the Learn episodes a listen and let us know what you really think. Whether you love or loathe the pilots, we're eager to hear from you. So, after each episode, remember this nudge and kick back and dive into the Kingdom of Learn. Can't wait to hear what you think.